Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the Arizona All Access Show, brought to you by the Rockstar Group with West USA Realty of Prescott. For all your real estate needs, buying or selling, you can reach the team at 928-379-6434. Now on to the show. Hey, guys.
How you doing? I'm Nick, and that's Josh.
And we have special guest in with us today, Sir Harrison.
That's right. Good to have you, man.
How y'all doing? Yeah.
Good, man. I'm good. And stick around till the end because we're going to get a special music treat. Sir Harrison's going to play some tunes for us, and I don't want to miss that personally. So you don't want to miss it either.
And you may have seen the man around town because he plays everywhere, even down in the valley and everywhere.
Yes, that's true.
Very cool, man. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for inviting me.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I got to know, though, because we're interviewing you, do I call you Sir?
No, you can just call me Harris.
Harris.
Or Lord Hamilton,
Harris.
as he was mispronounced by one person.
So I can call you Harris.
Yes.
Oh, shit. There was a chick once. She said, that guy, Lord Hamilton. I'm going, yeah, he's Sir. He's only knighted.
I guess I got up.
I know. I was like, how am I going to... I'm going to be really uncomfortable if I have to call him Sir all night.
He's royalty, but he is royalty in a way.
Is that what you said the other night? Lord
Hamilton.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell us a little bit about how you started music. Where'd you come from initially?
Oh, crap. I started playing music in elementary. The clarinet for all instruments.
Is that right?
I wanted to play the trumpet, but my mom couldn't afford a trumpet, so she
got the clarinet.
She got the clarinet. Came home. I was thinking I was going to get a trumpet.
Oh, man. Disappointing, right?
Nope. I got a wood instrument.
So you're like, I'm going to get into Benny Goodman now.
We're not, you went from brass tacks to woodwind.
Yeah,
She's just like that.
I like Louis Armstrong, but I'll take Benny Goodman, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just have to make that work.
No, that really, so it was. You're learning in school to read the notes, play the clarinet in the band.
Yes, all the way up towards high school. Then I thought I was too cool. Then which was kind of, but I think because I was always getting honor roll and I was always first chair for clarinet. And for some reason, I just didn't think it was cool enough. And about 13 years old, I picked up the guitar.
Well, just to make sure we're clear, you're right. I'm just kidding, man.
That little old-fashioned clarinet case didn't look too cool.
Well, I think you get to a point where you're like, okay, so here's my choices. If I keep playing the clarinet, I'm going to go be in some symphony orchestra thing, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. Or I can grab the guitar and be Sir Harrison. Let's see, what am I going to do?
Well, if somebody would whack me in the face, I could have got a music scholarship and stayed in first chair all the way to high school. And probably got a
you should have. Yeah, you should have stuck with it a little longer, maybe.
Exactly.
Do you still own a clarinet?
No.
I've got an old one.
I make it squeak now. No, it's a nervous thing. It is because when I started, so I practiced, and I had learned these.
Hey, let's get you on that mic, buddy.
I learned some kind of more bluesy tunes at one time because my friend had an extra clarinet, so I took it out to a jam session. Oh, it was probably the worst thing. The thing squeaked left and right, and because when I get nervous, it starts squeaking. Your breathing changes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just
you lost it. You lost all your mojo, dude.
It does people turning their heads like if a PA squeals for a second.
Yeah, it's like sound guy's like, what was that?
Whoa.
He's all trying to fix it.
Exactly.
It's like, nope, that was me.
I never would have known that. That's interesting background. But it gave you musical background. I mean, it gave you the feel of scales, notes, keys, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was the first guitar you got?
And I took my brother's. It was a Les Paul copy.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom wanted to buy him a Christmas gift, so she had me pick it out.
Nice.
But anyways,
So you picked your own guitar out.
I ended up inheriting it after a while because he never played it. So
sure.
And we had a little amp, and my friends came over. Let's play some metal.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so we tried to play metal. So
yeah,
that was
I think we all did that at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All you need is an amplifier that'll go loud.
I told that whole story last week about how I was in the with the metal guys, and the damn metal guitar players, it's like if you don't have a full Marshall stack, you're not doing it right, right?
100 watts blowing
And I'm like,
out.
dude, how hard do you think I can hit these drums?
Turn them up.
I mean, I can't even hear my snare drum anymore, and I'm hitting it as hard as I can. No, that's how I became a hard hitter, I would say.
Well,
playing in those.
It's because everyone, even my a friend used to come over. He bought a Marshall stack.
Yeah.
And it was just like, why? He used to put it in the back of the yard and
Dude, you could just shake the living hell out of your house.
Yeah, you bring it in a room and play a gig, and you can have it on 2.
Yeah, they're so loud.
Oh, especially, did he have a stack? 812s?
Oh, yes, he had a
2 412s?
He had the 2 412s.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
full
God.
stack.
Yeah.
Full stack.
That's crazy.
But he was a badass, though. I was impressed because he was into Maiden, and he could play Eruption, and he could, play every Guns N' Roses song that was out on the radio.
And that was younger? You were younger then?
He was, yeah. This was out of high school, yeah.
So that kind of gave you some incentive to go,
Yeah.
damn.
So I go jam with him and learn a lot of rhythm. I was more of a rhythm guitar player than I was a lead, so.
Yep, that's cool. When was the first kind of gig you did? I mean, did you get together with buddies at 13, 14, 15 and just dick around at houses?
Just garage.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Didn't really start anything till later. So I just basically focused on school and after that career and shit. So.
Yeah.
So you didn't start playing in bands and stuff like that?
No, not until I was just more so a closet player. So I didn't really come out of the closet, so to speak, until.
We're glad you did.
Yeah.
You heard it first on Arizona All Access Show. Sir Harrison.
Probably not until later. Probably not until about 10 years.
10 years ago?
About 10 years after.
10 years after high school.
Yeah, you're 20 still.
Yeah. Was
pushing 30.
27. One of my friends, I was in my career. One of my friends actually started getting me out. It was in Tulsa. And he started getting me out to the blues jams. It took me a long time, though, because I knew what I was trying to play ever since high school. I found this. So I went from metal. I went to dabble with some classical. So I'd get closer to the mic.
There you go. You can hear it. So when you get closer, you can hear it. Like, oh, wow, I sound awesome now.
So I dabbled a little bit with all kinds of music, but I found this old, this was like towards the end of high school, I found this old cassette tape. It was a 90-minute tape, and it had everything from like Robert Johnson all the way up, but it was like an order. And you had some little bit of Robert Cray, B.B. King, Jimi Hendrix, and the very tail end of that,
Classics.
of course, was Stevie Ray Vaughan.
There you go.
So everything was in order. And it was just like so I started listening to this and just like picked my favorites. I'm like, oh, he sounds like that person. Albert King, that's where Ray Vaughan got all that stuff.
Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah.
That is so
you
cool.
can hear it.
So, yeah,
you probably hear it.
So I started piecing everything together. But my favorites were, I'm a huge Robert Cray fan. I'm a huge Albert Collins fan. So a lot of those I kind of weeded through, of course, Jimi Hendrix and Ray Vaughan.
I think it's fascinating when you listen to old English rockers talk about when they heard their first Muddy Waters stuff or their first Robert Johnson stuff. And this is stuff that was recorded early in musical history. So the quality sucked, this and that.
It's raw.
But you hear
Real
a couple of these little riffs that Jimmy Page heard, and he's like, ooh, and it just started forming a different blues rock. And when you hear the influence, like you said, that one tape had the chronological order of, you can tell he stole that.
Exactly.
Ray Vaughan stole a lot of stuff from so many guys, but what a sweet guy.
But he cleaned it up.
Oh, but he cleaned it up. Nice.
Yep. It was still powerful. And it was, to me, it was that one note. And for that 10 years, I focused on that one bend, because if I was going to bend that one note, how do I make it right and how to make it sound tasteful?
10 years?
Yep.
He never quit.
That's why I can't learn how to play the guitar.
No, but no shit. You listen to some B.B. King thing, and it's one note.
One note.
The way
It's just
he's
right.
moving his
Just-
wrists, and you can hear it. It's like, damn.
It's the soul.
You're doing a
man.
lot
It's
with
the-
one note.
It's the soul going through that.
Doing
damn
a
thing.
lot with one note. That's for real.
So I played a lot in the dark. That was my way interpretation after a hard day's work, and I'd shut off all the lights and I sit there in the dark and play.
Nice. Yeah, sensory, like, get rid of your sight.
I've done that. Yeah, you lay down.
Your ears become more sensitive.
So you talk about how I got started. That was how he's my best friend, still my best friend. Started getting me out. Of course, hitting the stage for the first time, stepping on my chords, unplugging it, knocking the microphone stand.
Yeah.
I was nervous as hell, but it introduced me to the local scene and the Tulsa scene, because who in that crowd, I remember it was Eddie Clearwater sitting way in the back. You had some J.J. Cale band members in the house. There was somebody else in that house, but a lot of the local players would come out to the jams.
These are where these guys lived.
Rocky Frisco from J.J. Cale band, who was there. Rocky Frisco played with Elvis way back when, so he's all veteran players and stuff.
Yeah.
And but that was my first taste of it. But a lot of the older blues musicians started inviting me to their gigs because Oklahoma's very rural, so a bunch of small towns everywhere. So I'm playing with all these like veteran 60, 70-year-old blues musicians, just picking up guitar. That's where it started. Now it's developing. Now they've given me the chance to go out there
and you're watching those guys too,
and just soaking it up.
Yep. So I'm just soaking this up and just enjoying it until I was getting ready to start my own project. So
that's cool.
So that was way back in that. Now that was like 98, 99. So.
When did you come to Arizona? I thought you'd been here.
No, 2002. I left my career in 2002.
Male stripper or what?
No, I'd clean out a room if that was the case.
No, what did you do?
That was a video photojournalist for CBS and PBS.
Cool.
So I did that for 12, 14 years.
Wow, I never knew that.
But I'm a national recognized video photojournalist. I have multiple awards. And two Edward Armour Awards, my prestigious award. So.
Is that right? That's big
awesome.
Time, man. I never knew that. I'm so glad.
See, that's
so glad we got a chance to talk.
See, we learned things on this show.
Wow, that is awesome. You went to school for that. You learned this,
yeah.
Very cool. I'm so glad to know that.
So that was my thing. But instead of jumping out of it head first, I mean, all the stuff I was doing, a lot of mentoring, instructing programs for Indian Native American education programs, public schools, high schools. Then I started doing conferences. So instead of jumping at it, I should have been teaching. I should have listened to everything that I was doing instead of just jumping out of it and being done with it. And to start with, that way I could have set my own schedule with everything and not get it was chasing.
You're done. Yeah,
because I was a storm chaser. I was doing stuff. We covered the Oklahoma City bombing, the trials, and those are my bigger stories. And then did a couple of one of my favorite stories I did was in Honduras over the rainforest.
Nice.
So
that's cool stuff.
Yeah, you'll always have those Moros sitting around on the mantle. You know what I mean? That's like somebody having an Emmy. I mean, that's a huge deal, man. Yeah. It really is.
But that's where the good name, I came up with the name sarcastically, Sir, was in Honduras.
Is that right?
You told everybody you were Sir Harrison. And they're like, okay. What do you need? You got an upgrade on your room?
The inside was we were in Copan, in the mountains. I had a couple of days there for a shoot. And I met an English archaeologist, and she took me to the highest pyramid one night. Which I probably got.
What happened over there?
I would have got in trouble, so I sarcastically said I was knighted. Anyways, but on a 1,000-year-old pyramid,
it doesn't happen every day.
Nope, on a full moon, and I would have been in trouble if we got caught.
Of course you would have.
You did use some howling. Full moon, top of a pyramid.
Anyways.
How does anybody top that?
No, that's pretty good. But on the top of the pyramid, wouldn't it get pointy?
At the very top.
Yeah, it could get pointy.
No, it's been weathered. So
it's worn down.
It's old. It's not a brand new
That's
pyramid.
very cool. And that's where the whole Sir thing came around?
So I was looking for a name later, and I came across this whole email. Like,
where is this girl?
Sometimes I sarcastically log off, hey, Sir H, see you, Sir H. But so I was looking for my first band name in Flagstaff when I met all these musicians. Was Harrison and the Hound Dogs, Harrison and the Blues Knights, Harrison, I think that was pretty much it.
George Harrison was already taken.
On the Blues King, Harrison and the Blues King. So nothing was really catchy. Nobody could really, everybody was like, what's your band name? And it was like boring.
I don't know.
It was crappy. So then I came across I remember the story, and I remember the old emails, and I was just like, Sir H. That's it.
There it is, Sir Harrison.
That's very cool.
And it started catching, and everybody, every time I went out, everyone, hey, it's Sir H. or Sir Harrison. Hey.
No, it's very catchy. I don't forget it.
Of course, you get those people thinking I'm like a George Harrison cover band, though.
Oh, really? Dude, they're so disappointed, too, huh? They show up and they're like, this is not what we were expecting.
This is not a Beatles cover band.
Oh, man. It's like Sir Harrison. That would be a good Beatles cover band.
It would be.
I mean.
Well, they're all Sirs. They were all knighted.
Yeah. Sir McCartney.
We're watching, I can't remember what show I was watching. My girl hates, my other half hates the name Sir Harrison. I don't know why. Probably the story.
I was gonna say,
probably the story.
She knows the story apparently.
Yes.
Well, if she didn't know it, she's gonna know it.
We were watching some History Channel, and the name Harrison Love, and she's like, "That's it. You should change it to Harrison Love." I'm like,
No,
Too late.
Sir Harrison's way better. Now that I know the meaning of it too,
That is cool. Never knew the meaning.
No, because I know them. It like makes it even better, like way better. And it was. Don't get me wrong. I had nothing wrong with it before, but now that I know the meaning behind it,
You can sleep at night.
now I'm gonna see Sir Harrison's playing. I'm gonna go up to him and be like this. The point, man. The point.
Yeah, that's your logo.
That's gonna be.
Is that your logo?
That's gonna be my new thing on stage. You
Yes.
remember that? So
You gotta do
I
that.
see you in there. It's like
That's
Sir
gonna be our
Harrison.
thing. Gonna be like, Sir. You're gonna be like, Josh gonna walk in and be like,
Van Halen had
be
the,
like, son of a.
the OU812
Yeah, or
Van Halen.
like this.
Yours is just this.
That's when I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna say goodbye now.
Good night, everybody. Sir Harrison out.
Namaste.
The things we come up with, man. I tell you.
No, that's awesome. But when you first got together in Arizona, it was in Flagstaff. Met up with some people.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of one of those things I wasn't sure what I was doing because then I started doing. I did some steel work. I was a journeyman. I did a lot of stuff, and I wasn't sleeping because when I started playing. I was basically working these like 10, 12-hour shifts, and I'd race off to a gig and be back at work by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, of course, drinking like ever
Fish.
still playing the gig. But then it kind of went from, I guess the coolest thing was when I moved, but it's like 2003, I was playing with a girl, Wendy Adams, in Tucson. We were doing acoustic, and we got to open up for Richie Havens in Tucson. That was cool.
Very cool.
So then that would kind of spark a little more interest. But I learned a lot from her because she was writing. I hate those people who can write songs a day.
Effortless.
And she was doing it. And she's like, check this song I wrote out. And it was like, that's a kick-ass fucking tune. And she's just writing left and right, and just spitting them out. I'm like, holy crap. So long story, I got tired of Tucson, that I went to Flagstaff and actually was helping my mom out who had Parkinson's at the time. So I was living there at the time. But then I started meeting a lot of people, Jimmy Mack, Richard Neville, and all these guys had played professionally one time in their life. And so then they all started hearing about me. And so I started networking a little bit more than me, like Eddie Baroncini, the drummer. Again, all these guys had played professionally, and they started taking an interest in me. So then we started a project, and that's how I started building. I was still playing choppy as hell because I was used to playing, with myself and playing too much. I had to learn how to. I still
back off a little bit.
I still play too much, but I can play in the right places now.
No, the thing is you're playing by yourself. You're doing a lot of strumming. You're doing a lot of.
You got to feel the sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it.
Because you're a hell of a player with your fingers, lead stuff. So
I needed to. Now I know how to play a lot and still, because my bass players I play with know how to play in between.
Make it fit.
Yes. So now
important.
But now you sound fat though as a
trio.
Yeah. You can sound fatter. At a horn player, you even sound fatter. So
or clarinet.
No, that's not cool. Remember we talked about that already.
Cool.
It's cooler than accordion.
I don't know. I've seen accordions and
they can be cool.
Hey, you can make anything cool.
I've never seen a clarinet.
You ever hear a Zamfir played a pan flute?
Yeah.
Of course you haven't.
No.
Never mind.
Nick, you got to remember, dude, I was born way
That's right.
after Jesus was.
So you play in the Valley a lot. I see you advertise stuff, Cave Creek,
Yes.
different places down there.
I used to, not as much because after COVID, did put a damper in a lot of stuff.
Was it around COVID when we started seeing the 3-hour gigs start happening more?
Yes.
It's like
Earlier.
Boom.
It's
Yeah, it was
earlier, or the earlier gigs.
Yeah,
Earlier,
it used to be like
3
9 to 1,
hours.
and then it was like, oh, play 7 to 10.
It was always 4
7
hours.
to 10. It's not even dark out.
But I love it because you can go see other bands and screw around.
Well, what
Yeah.
sucked before was playing 9 to 1.
Yeah, 9 to 1 sucks.
There's only a few of those gigs, and they're actually really good paying gigs in Chandler. I will play 9 to 1 because they pay really well.
And they have a good clientele because around here on Whiskey Row years ago, you played 9 to 1.
Play 9 to 1.
Long about 12:30, got pretty thin.
Oh, but then you smell like a smoke factory.
Oh, back then,
God,
back
like,
in that day.
I used to bring my amps and PA home and set it in the downstairs and go
geez.
downstairs the next day and go, damn, smells like a bar in here.
Yeah, yeah. I think the only 9-to-1 gig we do now is in Flag at the Monte V up there.
Yeah.
Do
You've had to
9-to-1.
have played the Monte V up in Flag
Yes, I played the Monte V quite a bit.
quite a bit.
Yep.
I
Yep.
bet.
Quite a bit.
So we're not. I think it's 9:30 to 1:30 or 9 to 1.
Well, it's
I
the
don't
crowd.
know. It's-
I mean, especially when
but dude,
school's in.
but it's not empty at 12:30 either. It's packed.
Also a huge college.
Yeah.
place too, so.
Yeah.
All the college
Yeah.
kids stay. They stay up late.
They still got that good drinking stamina.
They don't want to go to bed because then they have to get up and go to school or study or something. They're like, stay up as long as I can. Live every second.
But that
of
was
it.
a real thing. You talk about working and gigging. God, when I was younger, it didn't bother me as much. But now I don't think I could do it. I don't want to do it.
So it started off Flagstaff, and like I said, it was, I guess, the quality of musicians I was playing with also was a good thing.
Oh yeah, it's
So I went from Flagstaff, Sedona. Then I stepped over here to Prescott. What was Sundance? I remember I used to play Sundance.
Sundance is the point. That's not the point.
Then Debbie from the old Birdcage heard of me, so then she called me up. Then we started playing the Birdcage. Then it was just really just circle like Camp Birdie, was Spirit Room, Chaparral, all those other small bars.
Northern Arizona.
Yeah. So I was doing that circuit, but then eventually, like I said, I stopped booking. A lot of people wonder how I got my gigs. Basically, they started calling me.
They
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah. So it was just for now word of mouth. That's how pretty much Phoenix started. Phoenix started word of mouth.
Word of mouth, yeah.
It just then all of a sudden people started calling me, and like I said, it was all good until COVID hit. Then
Yeah, it kind of
then
changed things.
it changed things. A lot of the bars that we played ended up closing. Just
Yeah.
things have changed. New bands started coming out after COVID because it gave you all that time to practice too. So
Everybody's doing shit on the internet and putting out things. You even saw big major bands do stuff
Yeah.
like that.
We started that.
Did you start the whole thing?
I think so.
Must
That's how I
have.
met the drummer for Collective Soul. Was because he saw us what we did, and I sent him a note saying it sounds like shit what he's doing, and then he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, help me." This is like big professional artist
For real.
doing
I thought you were bullshitting me.
No,
that's
for
real.
real. Yeah, that's how I met him.
Cool.
Now I'm friends with him. But it kind of connected people that wouldn't have normally connected, maybe because it was like, hey, everyone had to do things differently,
And you're reaching an audience that never would have seen you.
Yeah, we did
that is
like
pretty cool.
Worldwide.
Yeah, we did like 6 or 7 shows like that in a basement with a green screen. I mean, it
Cool.
was different. No, not a lot of people not a lot of people understood how to do that. It's not easy to do
To
that.
split the screen, it looks like the Brady Bunch intro where there's like 3-4 screens and everybody's
No,
playing at once.
not that. No. We literally were in Brian, our guitar player at the time's basement, and we were all set up, and we had a green screen. So we played out in the forest once, and in a warehouse another time. First time we played it was basement. It was Wayne's World.
Yeah.
But and then we had to, you have to turn the audio digital and
I think
get
we
it into
need
a
to-
camera and stream it. It was an ordeal, but we figured out how to do it. And what else were we gonna do? We couldn't play anywhere. It sucked, man. You couldn't go and play to your fans or people, and a lot of us, it hurt. We did a fundraiser.
I was just playing live, and so every hour I would play live. The first one I made, don't tell my band, I made close to 800. Of course, we only paid for an hour, and I paid them $100.
Mm-hmm.
That was for an hour, and that was an early gig because we did it like 5 to 7. I got them at 5, but we started at 6 to 7. But after that, I do house parties because there were still no bars open, so
nothing was
people would
open.
time in house parties, and then they let me stream live, and I do another hour.
Like a
I
private
make
show?
money. I make money on that side while I'm paying the private party.
There you go.
Sometimes Connie let me play the windsock, and it was closed, but she opened it up for me, and I'd sit at my camera and went live in there.
Perfect. Yeah.
Again,
we had to do things that we,
$200, $300 just right there just for an hour, and then play an hour.
Connie was one of the first ones throwing people in the parking lot out front
Yeah.
when she had the corral set up.
Yeah.
We love you,
Love you, Connie.
Connie.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, and what's funny is we've not recovered from that yet.
It's still weird. There's still supply chain issues.
Well,
Some of this is bullshit.
It kind of
man.
hurt. I think it kind of hurt the music, the local live music just because what it did to the economy of it. I mean, we make the same money we made 20 years ago.
And everything, but everything's expensive now.
Everything's way
gas
more
expensive.
Well,
we're spending more. We're spending more on gas.
I know this. A freaking drink at the bar didn't cost $10 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, not even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it wasn't that much.
Somehow, us entertainers.
Well, the booze costs more, and you have to pass the price along to your clientele.
Yep.
Well, the music costs more too.
Yeah.
Should.
It should.
We're the only ones that haven't raised their damn prices.
That's right.
There's all this inflation going on. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, something's got to give. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't do it for a living, and then the guys in the band don't. You don't do it for a living. I don't think you. I don't know how you can make a living, like a true living.
Just doing that, it can get
playing
tough.
music.
Well, I have my day job, so
Yeah, exactly, right. And so, so it's a hobby, but it's a lot of fucking work.
We always say that. It's
We
all
love
about
it.
moving the shit. We're paid for just getting our asses there, setting PAs up, putting our amps together, those things.
Well, we love it.
It's the therapy of getting to do that and get the response from those people out there.
It's a blast.
That's why I do it.
But it's like, hey,
There's some sacrifice involved.
it is. Yeah, it can be cool and worthwhile for it. I enjoy it still, but but there's probably I'm at a point right now where I need to refocus and new material and kind of just either write something.
well, that makes it more
Yeah.
fresh.
I got to finish my album too, so.
There you
That's
go.
the thing. It's getting the time to write something because you got to be in a frame of mind where you feel
Yeah.
good.
Well, let's talk about that. Where can we see you, find you? Do you have anything
I have
recorded now online or anything?
My old stuff you can find under Sir Harrison and the Blues Kings on Amazon, I do believe. You can download it.
Okay.
My old album, but this album came out in '97. So new stuff. Again, we've been COVID.
Yeah.
COVID's fault. I was before COVID hit. I had just started a project. I was like 5 songs in, and COVID hit, and my other funding went to me surviving.
So how can we find out when you're playing next?
I should say my Facebook.
Okay.
I do have a website, but I don't keep. It's a pain in the butt to put all my dates down.
But you post.
On my phone here. All you ask is all these little questions here. I'm just like, date, where, times, and you're just like, takes you forever just to put your.
It's like finding a picture or something.
Yeah.
Well, it takes forever just to put the one date in.
Yeah.
But you always post
little
on
screen.
Facebook. I see
I always
when you're playing.
I post Facebook, and but I got to get better on my website and just because I'm paying for this website, and it has, if I do it right, it can have everything updated. But right now, Facebook,
All right.
Harrison Big A, and they'll find a little Sir in front of it, so that'll be me.
You got to play something original for us later?
I start out with a song I wrote. This was on my earlier CD, but I did change the song up for my new CD, so it's a different vibe. It was a shuffle before, not so much a shuffle, growth, maturity, and now I can hear what I wanted to hear. But it's called Heartbeat,
Cool.
and that one is I'll play for you first. So
Very good. Well, hey, it's about that time, Nick.
It is.
Yeah, man. We've been talking for a half hour already.
God dang, it goes quick.
Time goes fast.
Will you do some Big Head Todd too for us?
yes,
Come on, man. I want to hear that.
Maybe bittersweet.
I want to hear that.
Hey,
I love you
where's your
doing
next
that.
show? Where's your next show? Let's plug that.
My next show is going to be in Phoenix. So
Okay.
It's going to be at the Old Town Tavern.
Old Town
And that's
Tavern.
in Old Town.
Okay.
Yeah, so that starts at 8 to 12. I'll be back around Prescott next month. I think the Windsock, I think the second week or so. But I'll put the dates down. So,
All right, cool. Yeah, check it
Right
out
on.
online. And without further ado, this has been the Arizona All Access Show, brought to you by the Rockstar Group with West USA Realty of Prescott. For all your real estate needs, buying or selling, you can reach the team at 928-379-6434. Mr. Sir Harrison.
Thanks for being here, man.
thank you, guys.
And we're out. Excellent.
All right, first song. This is one of my originals. I've put this on acoustic. Let's give it a whirl. A little thing called Heartbeat. Hello, babe. I got some news for you. I just wanna feel your heartbeat right next to mine. Kiss me, babe. If you tell me your name, I just wanna feel your heartbeat right next to mine. Talk to me, baby, tell me what you want from me. I can love you everything and guarantee. Come on, darling, don't you leave me now. I just wanna feel your heartbeat right next to mine. Kiss me, babe. If you tell me your name, I just wanna feel that heartbeat right next to mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on, babe. If you tell me your name, I just wanna feel that heartbeat right next to mine. Come on, darling, and don't you leave me now. I just wanna feel your heartbeat right next to mine. I just wanna feel that heartbeat right next to mine. I just wanna feel your heartbeat right next to mine. Again. Little thing by Big Head Todd and the Monsters, little thing called Bittersweet. Little light that's through her bedroom window. She dances and she dreams. She's not so far as she seems. Right on meadows, melting sunset, her hair blows in the breeze. She can't see me watching. I'm thinking, la la la. La 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 love, la la love. She bittersweet, sweet and bitter. She bittersweet surrender. She bittersweet, sweet and bitter. Sweet surrender. You're older now, walking the city. Yeah, we live together, but it's different than my dream. Moonlight through the room, I rise. She pretends she's sleeping. Are we everything we wanted? I'm thinking, la la la, la 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 love, la la la. It's bittersweet, sweet and bitter. Bittersweet surrender. It's bittersweet, sweet and bitter. It's bittersweet surrender. We don't talk about it. We don't tell each other these little things we need. You walk away around each other. Yeah, we tremble and we bleed. 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 It's bittersweet, what's bitter? It's bittersweet surrender. It's bittersweet, what's bitter? Bittersweet surrender. Little big hit on the Monsters. Thank you. Little song written by Robert Cray and Eric Clapton. Little thing called Old Love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. I can feel your body. I'm lying in my bed. So much confusion spinning around my head. I got skin over, but the flame still burns. I got skin over. Love, leave me alone, girl. Oh, love, I don't go on home. I can see your face, but I know it's not real. Got to be an illusion. I remember I used to feel I got scared.